It is the most tragic story of the 2018 World Cup. At 12:55 p.m. on June 24, Gixiani Henriquez should be proudly watching her husband shake the hands of the England players before their Crunch World Cup match. Amilcar Henriquez should have been playing for his beloved Panama in the contest in Russia. But Gixiani and their two children will not even be in the stadium. Amilcar, who won 85 caps for his country and was one of their greatest ever players, was assassinated last year by a mystery gunman. Gixiani heard the shots and ran outside their home to see the body of her husband lying on the driveway. Amilcar Henriquez with his son Abaseth. Image, Daily Mirror. It was a murder that shocked a nation and illustrated the violent underbelly in this beautiful Central American country. Gixiani, 27, invited the Mirror into the family home to speak for the very first time about the horrific killing which tore her family and Panamanian football apart. She has never spoken before. Fighting back the tears, she shows me the poignant shrine she has created in her front room. There is her husband's beloved 21 Panama shirt and several pairs of his prized football boots on display. She is determined to keep Amilcar's memory alive for their sons Amilcar Jr., 6, and 2-year-old Abaseth. An old photo of the family gathered together at home shows how happy they were. Image, Daily Mirror. Gixiani says sadly, his lifetime's dream was to play in the World Cup finals. I can't believe he won't be there. He would have loved to have been playing against England. I would have been there to watch him, and the children would have gone as well to see the moment their daddy played against England. My son still thinks his daddy will come back and play. She adds, I still think about him every day. I gently asked Gixiani exactly what happened on fateful April 15, 2017, when her husband was killed. The proud dad would have been gearing up for the World Cup now. Image, Daily Mirror. Days beforehand, he had played in a 1-1 draw against the United States in a World Cup game, a point which proved crucial in Panama's qualification. She recalls, it was about 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Amilcar went outside and then I heard the shots. I immediately feared the worst. I went outside and when I saw his body, I was paralyzed. I was so shocked. The children were in the house, but luckily they didn't see their father's body on the floor outside. I managed to protect them from that. But I remember those few minutes so vividly. Gixiani shows off photos of her wedding to Amilcar. Image, Daily Mirror. She goes on, my husband had received a threat from a friend. He was demanding money from him. He was so worried he told me about it and he went to the police and told them and they told him, not to worry. Not to worry. Days later, he was dead. One of the last things he said to me before he died was, make sure you take care of the kids. Stay strong for them. He knew something was about to happen. A snap of the family together. Image, Daily Mirror. I am furious that no one has been charged by the police. Amilcar was killed over a year ago and no one has been in court. Gixiani says she is struggling financially. I asked her if she had received any help from the Panama FA and his club Arabia Unido. Nada, nothing, she replies angrily. Gixiani works for the local Social Security Department. Image, Daily Mirror. I have to go to work every day, 5 days a week, to put food on the table for my family. It's not easy. I have to make things stretch. Just living in this house brings back terrible memories every day. I'm frightened and I want to move, but I just can't afford to. People living in the neighborhood are still jealous because I was married to a famous footballer. It's been very difficult. I've had very little support from the authorities. Amilcar played in Colombia for a while and they have been really good, helping with some money. As we sit on the sofa with her children running around her, Gixiani, who works in the local Social Security Department, goes into her bedroom and brings out her wedding album. The footballer's grave in the Parque del Recuerdo Cemetery, New Italy. Image, Daily Mirror. Look at this, she says. My wedding day was the happiest day in my life, and the day my husband was killed was the saddest. Gixiani declined to be drawn on whether the killing was gang-related. But I spoke to several close friends who said it was. Alex Vega told me he was targeted by a gang. In Nueva Colón, the Newtown Boys are the main gang. They sell the drugs. The modest home of Henriquez's family, who are now struggling. Image, Daily Mirror, half of them sell cocaine and the other half sell marijuana. He was killed because a family member took the wrong side in a drugs argument. He made the wrong choice and Amilcar paid for that decision with his life. I knew Amilcar. He lived very close to me. It was a drive-by shooting. The car drove past once, and then came back and he was shot in the head. Pedro Gordon, president of Arabia Unido, had known Amilcar for 15 years. Gixiani has installed a shrine featuring her late husband's shirt and boots. Image, Daily Mirror. He said, "The death of Mickey was a real tragedy. It was so shocking. He's a really good friend. He would have played against England, in no doubt. He was a very good player and mentally very tough, very strong indeed. Panama is a dangerous place and Colón is a dangerous city. And nothing sums that up more than the death of Mickey." Amilcar's grave is in the Parque del Recuerdo cemetery in the nearby village of New Italy. The drive-by shooting was thought to be a revenge shooting by a drug gang. Image, Daily Mirror. A black and gold football has been placed on the grave. And his children have left a blue balloon with a message which reads simply, "I miss you, Daddy." His country does, too.